Hi, I'm Ryan Doyle from Park Regis Birmingham, and I'm the Group Director of Sales. I look after predominantly Park Regis Birmingham. Park Regis is an international hotel company. We have a franchise agreement with Park Regis. However, all of our properties are independently owned and operated. I look after the accommodation and meeting and events segments within the hotel. Park Regis Birmingham is 253 bedrooms. We've got 11 meeting space. Probably our most famous meeting space is our level 16 floor. We have our level 16 gallery, which can host events for up to 300 people, and our level 16 loft, which boasts floor-to-ceiling windows the whole way round. In terms of bedrooms, we have bedrooms to suit all travellers, from standard rooms up to the biggest presidential suite in Birmingham. We're very lucky that we are one of the only hotels with a on-site car park. So we have 400 spaces for our guests to use, so a great, unique selling point for us. I think we're really different. So we're the only independent hotel in the city. Birmingham is predominantly a city of hotel chains. You've got most of the big chains operating in the city. And what's really different about Park Regis is everything we do is bespoke to our clients. And we're independently run and operated, so we don't operate on, we have to do it this way because we're ex-hotel. Everything is bespoke to our clients. Meeting and events is the core of our business and really what we've now made a name for in the city. So say we've got 11 great meeting spaces and we can host events for up to 300. We really bring a touch of Middle Eastern hospitality into the city. We don't want to be a whitewashed corporate hotel. We want to have a little bit of style, a bit of substance and a bit of character and personality behind what we do. I think for general guests, so we've got 253 bedrooms, we've got Shakina Spa, and we've got our 1565 bar, restaurant and terrace space. What is actually really great for guests is we really work on our TripAdvisor reviews and our guest service and satisfaction. So really delighted to confirm that our 28 last views have all been 5-star reviews on TripAdvisor. And we've actually just won a TripAdvisor Traveller Choice Award, which places us in the top 10% of hotels in the country. So I think we're doing something right to please our accommodation guests. You know, it's a great place to come to relax, see the city, but also relax in our bar, enjoy some spa facilities, and actually sample the great food that we're known for. So for events, our level 16 is really our key selling point. You know, our gallery is one of the only spaces in the UK that's got floor-to-ceiling windows the whole way round, similarly with our loft. So the Skyloft works really well for drinks receptions, private dining spaces, or pre-registration, and then into our Sky Gallery for larger events. We then also have 5 additional syndicate rooms on the floor below, which work really, really well if people want to take exclusive use of 2 floors. We also have executive boardrooms and standard boardrooms as well. So our smallest room does 4 people and our largest does 300. So we're quite lucky that we can operate in all sides of the conference market. Again, as everything we do is really bespoke, we can work on a traditional day delegate package where you pay a charge per person and you have all of your lunch included, your teas and coffees. We have a 24-hour package where that includes your accommodation and your dinner, or we can do bespoke packages. I've had clients that specifically want a certain type of cuisine or a certain type of cocktail at the end of their event. We can really bespoke anything to what the client wants. For us, the client comes absolutely first, and we make sure that we can cater to their needs. I think for us, we were quite quick to respond. We knew almost at the start of March that something was changing. We're an events-driven hotel, and we started finding more queries from event delegates about safety. So before lockdown had commenced, we had already had to adapt to make sure that all of our events were operating safely. Unfortunately, when official lockdown was announced and most of the hotels within the city closed, we did take the decision to close for a couple of days. We were then very fortunate to be able to reopen again for key workers. So we had a great agreement with the NHS, and we've got some of the biggest hospitals and teaching hospitals in the country. So we were fortunate to create a relationship with those and house their temporary doctors working in the city. We then also opened for other key workers, such as manufacturing, retail, who really still needed to travel. And because we remained open, we were really quick to react. We retained all of our senior management team, which allowed us to put together our procedures through very quickly. And it was really explaining to guests, unfortunately, things have changed. We identified quite quickly that there are 2 types of guests. There is a guest who will still want to come in, speak to people, have that hospitality element. and then there is a guest who will want to download an app on their phone, use keyless technology, order room service and bar service through an app, check out through an app, and actually have no contact whatsoever. We focus really heavy on our guest relations team. We have a great guest relations executive. We do pre-arrival calls with every guest, and it really gives us the chance to touch base with them and understand, whether they are the sort of guest who wants to experience the traditional hospitality element, or whether they're the sort of guest who would like to come in, do everything through an app and not see anyone. So for us, we instantly know our guests' concerns and their requirements before they walk through the door. We can then adapt our service accordingly. Traditionally, hotel room attendants are given X amount of time to clean a room. We've increased that, so we can ensure that all of our rooms are being deep cleaned after every departure. Once those rooms have been deep cleaned, we then have a senior room attendant or a regional housekeeping manager or a supervisor who will then go in and check the rooms with the UV light technology. So this UV light basically will be shone over high touch point areas, things like TV remote controls, light switches, toilet flush handles where you wouldn't normally see any residue. Once that light has been shone over, it will then determine whether there are any marks or any touch points left over from a prior guest. If there are, then the room is again cleaned once more and checked again. Once the room has been checked with the UV light and there are no fingerprints or anything like that within the room, we then actually seal the room with a door seal. So that door seal is placed over. That is then to certify that no one else has been in the room. And then a guest will go in and break the door seal, and they know that the last person that's been in has been a housekeeper to really secure the room ready for guest arrival. Our Park Regis COVID Secure Plan is broken down into 8 key areas, through from guest arrival, check-in and check-out, accommodation cleanliness, meeting room cleanliness, food and beverage service, and all of those key touch points. Specifically within a meeting and event service, we really had to look at our capacities. We have had to relook at how we can operate events safely and securely. We actually devised a 70-page standard operating procedure, and actually we look at absolutely everything from guest interaction, the way that they physically check in, to make sure that event organisers are happy with the liability, to make sure that guests comply with social distancing. And then it really goes down to our cleaning policies again and making sure that there's hand sanitizer readily available throughout the hotel. We're quite lucky, we've attracted a lot of media attention for the work that we've put in. What is nice about us, because we are an independent, it's bespoke to our hotel as opposed to a big brand trying to do a one size fits all. Everything we do is bespoke to Park Regis, so we were very fortunate that Andy Street, the mayor, came out and actually reviewed our policies and said it was some of the best COVID secure policies that he'd seen in the market. It's really for us, if we can't showcase to our guests and our clients that we're safe, they won't want to bring events and their businesses here. I've known Downtown for a very long time and known Abby for a very long time, and actually the support that we receive from Downtown is fantastic. From a sales perspective especially, if I want to be connected with a certain clientele, or if I want to be introduced to someone in the city, the Downtown team are fantastic in making business connections. I think that the level of networking and attendees is usually at a higher level than many other networking organisations. The networking is friendly and in a relaxed way, but actually there is a lot of business content that is discussed. And to be at a hotel in the city and to want to be a provider to a lot of the blue chip companies, Downtown has really supported me with that. So a couple of different ways. They can either book through myself at my email address, so it's ryan.doyle@parkregis-birmingham.com, or they can give us a call on 0121 369 5555. We've got an event planning team and a reservations team who'd be delighted to assist with any inquiries.